Hi guys, it's Amy from Nail Polish Baby 90 and welcome to today's video. Today I am back with the next Throwback Thursday video that I'm going to be doing in this series. If you haven't seen any of my others, I will link the playlist down below. This was inspired by Yuki over at Warm Vanilla Sugar channel and I will link her down below too. She started doing like a throwback thinking about old collections series and I've kind of picked up from there. I think this is like the 5th one I've done where I've been swatching whole collections from you from years gone by. And just kind of telling you what I like about them. Swatch and review videos weren't, to my knowledge, around back in 2011 and 2012, which is when most of these collections have been from. So I'm kind of giving you a throwback to these older collections. Today's one, as you may have seen from the title and from the sneak peek I put on Instagram last week, was the OPI The Amazing Spider-Man collection. This came out in conjunction with the film in 2012. I'm unsure to whether this was the Brights, the Neons collection. I'm not really sure. I don't even know if back then they were defining collections like that. But it came out, like I say, around the release of the Spider-Man film in July of 2012. Can you believe since that time we're now on to our next Spider-Man? That's how quickly the role seems to change. There's some iconic colours in here. There's ones you may have forgotten about. It's 7 polishes, so let's get started. The first one is called Into the Night and this is a beautiful dusty blue colour with a bright blue flash to it. So in the dull like moonlight, in the non-direct sunlight, it's kind of just a like basic dusty blue colour, but if you catch it in the light like we are here, it flashes really bright. This is a very sheer polish to me, seeing as what the colour looks like in the bottle. You would think it would be quite opaque. It does take 3 coats to be completely opaque. You may think about doing 4 or just in your mind think you need to do maybe three thicker coats, or definitely 2 of those coats need to be thicker to equivalent the fact that this is a thin sheer polish. It is pretty. I'm just not sure how I feel about the formula. So this first one is Into the Night. Up next is number 1, Nemesis, and this is really strange to decide. It's kind of gunmetal-y, kind of silvery, maybe a little bit gold. It's really kind of like a hybrid. It just looks a bit like steel maybe, but there's a little bit of gold in there too. It's really interesting and it's kind of all these tiny little flecks in a sheerish base. The base might be a little bit grey tinted. I can't remember. Let me have a little look. Yeah, the base is slightly grey tinted and then you have all these flecks in there. So it's not going to dry textured at all. It's just going to build up quite nicely. Similar to Goldeneye, similar to Designer de Better kind of finish to it. So completely opaque in 2 coats. This one is number 1, Nemesis. We then have the one that I bought to complete the collection, and this one is called Your Web or Mine. Now this I thought, the reason why I didn't buy it kind of at the time, because I did have access to most of these polishes when I started collecting, was because I thought this was a really frosty finished polish, but it's actually not. This, when I put it on my nails for this video, I was so surprised at how actually gorgeous it is. It's kind of like, I don't know, like a strange pink colour, like a dark medium pink. So again, initially it's not for everybody, but it's got this really nice subtle like silver shimmer, I didn't want to commit to shimmer then, but a silver shimmer, a silver flash to it that just makes it something different. Did I say what this is called? I hope so. This one is Your Web or Mine and it gets completely opaque in 2. Like I said, a lot more prettier than I imagined. We then have Just Spotted the Lizard, which is the duochrome from this collection, or multi-chrome maybe, because it's kind of 3 colours. It's primarily a gold yellow to a green, but there is also blue, if you can see, running around the edge. It kind of goes to a turquoisey blue as well. I really love this one. Like most duochromes, it was on the sheer side, but it was completely opaque in 3, other than Into the Night, which I still wasn't convinced. 100% opaque in 3 and just really different and unique. If you love duochromes, definitely try and pick this one up. So this one is Just Spotted the Lizard. On to the last 2 cream finishes, which are possibly my favourite ones. This one is called Call Me Gwenever, and this is a really nice orange because it's orange, it's coral, there's a few drops of like tan in there that makes it a little terracotta. It does still lend more orange than terracotta, but I just really love this one. And this is one of the ones that I first picked up when I saw these go on sale at the time. This gets completely opaque in two. It's just a really wearable, flattering orange colour, and definitely something that's quite nice for the spring and summer, and a good polish for toes. So this one is Call Me Guinevere, opaque in two. The classic that everybody knows this collection for is my Boyfriend Scales Walls. I was so lucky that I was into nail polish at the time that I got this on sale. This is my only bottle that I have. It's probably coming up to halfway done. I have just shaken it. It's white with one drop of grey in, and yes, everybody goes really wild over this. I'd love to tell you that the hype isn't real, but this is just stunning. I think because it's not a straight up white, which is quite hard to wear, because it's got that one drop of grey in, it just opens it up and it makes it just a lot more wearable and a lot more flattering. It does get completely opaque in 3 or 2 as my bottle has got older. The formula is thicker and now I can get it opaque in 2, but it depends on your bottle really. So this one is my Boyfriend Scales Walls. And if you were around back in 2012, you remember that was the time of the shatter nail polish. So this actually was a little bit different. So originally when they came out, they were just black shatter in the Katy Perry collection, silver shatter in the Pirates of the Caribbean collection, and there was one other that had just a plain one in, can't remember. Then the Nicki Minaj collection and this collection had specially named shattered. So this one is called Shatter the Scales, which I know it's just the name, but I liked how that was a little bit different than just green shatter, pink shatter, blue shatter. And this is really unique. I would love to see this polish without the shatteredness in it, because if I show you up close, it's like this really nice deep teal, and it's also got some very like fine silver shimmer in there too. So I would actually love to see this by itself without the shattered in it. I did get shattered polishes back in the day. I think I only have 2 or 3, I think I had 2 or 3 OPI ones. I did try the Barry N one. The problem that I find is that sometimes it can actually look quite nice if you get the right application. If you apply this too thick, the cracks are really thick and you barely get any cracks. If you wear this too thin, all that there is cracks and it just looks messy. You've got to get the perfect coat, like density, to get the perfect crackle. So I think some people thought this was quite an easy nail art effect, but in my opinion and how I found it, it is harder to apply than you might think. So this is one coat of Shatter the Scales over my Boyfriend Scales Walls. So those are the 7 polishes involved in this Spiderman collection. Like I say, this came out in 2012 and I'm not sure if it was a Brights Neons what the thought was, but looking over this collection, it is a real mix bag and I really like that, and I think that some OPI collections of modern day lose that a little bit. We have 2 creams, then you have the blue and the pink that have the silver flash to them, the different colour change, and then you have the multi-chrome, and then you have the strange kind of like steel flaky effect and the shatter. So there's a lot of different formulas, a lot of different colours going on, which I really appreciate in a collection. I don't like collections that are the same formula over and over again, saying that the Washington DC collection was all creams and that was stunning. So it can work, but having variety is always a good thing in my opinion. Let me know down below if you picked up any of these, / if you really want them. I know you really want my Boyfriend Scales Walls. Everybody seems to want it. If I can find any of these on Amazon or Nail Polish Direct, I will link the links down below for you. Thank you so much for watching this today with me. I don't know if I'm going to be back for one in February, because the next collection that I have everything of is 12 piece and I do need to swatch the majority of them. February is such a short month, so if I can't get it done in February, it will be up the first week of March, hopefully. Thank you so much and I will speak to you guys all soon.